Hello. All right, we're back. Quick bookkeeping, super quick, couple seconds. Everyone that has how we do it a little different than the 1d4 after every mission thing. So everybody add 1 point to everything that you failed so far. This is going to be like I know you're not asleep yet. You're going to sleep very soon. This is going to be for that session and this day that y'all have played out since y'all did a lot. Went through a lot of learning. All right. Recap. We started last session with the music finally taking its psyche toll on Yin, causing a 1 point loss and a migraine. Each of the agents then did their bedtime routine, which included some talks, some runs, and some of them just turned in for the night. They woke up to Maya bringing coffee for everyone, as each made a small plan and split up for the day. Yin held a phone call with Emil Yarrow, a professor of parapsychology, and hinted toward the house, including a and hinted to the house, including a lenient, open offer for him to join in the future. Noreen met Elizabeth Tucker, antique dealer, in person and spoke to her about the furniture from the house's past. That is now, much like the FBI credentials in the background. She is pursuing that furniture. Maya and Amber, joined by everyone else later, spent their time at the county seat persuading Anthony Freeman to help them gather documents on 1206 Spooner Ave, which gather documents they did. With that, they gathered and read a lot of intense, morbid information, needing to head somewhere private to discuss it for the night. And so we pick up with wherever y'all wish to be. If y'all wish to just be leaving the county seat, already be back in the motel. I remember y'all saying you probably weren't going to a diner to discuss this kind of stuff. So
Maybe we got some like pizza or something to go back
oh
to
yeah,
eat.
I like it. Got some pizza, lit tin candles, and started talking.
Hell yeah, let's go. We started with the intention of starting at 10 p.m. Didn't start until midnight. Let's go.
This sounds so deja vu-y. I don't know. My nose just starts bleeding. So we wanted to just kind of gather in one of the hotel rooms, around with some pizza, and talk about the findings for the day. I forget if we've already basically downloaded the information from the two calls that Noreen's. Did we already discuss like Noreen's visit and Yen's call? Is my question.
I don't think that we did. That was one thing. I remember saying last week that I wanted to bring up the piano to you guys to discuss. I remember that.
Yep.
So we haven't discussed that.
So we can say that y'all, if y'all aren't going to hold any information from either of the things that happened, then we can say that just everyone knows that to speed up a little of that time, since y'all do have a lot of information to go over.
Yeah. That works for me.
Yeah, so let's say we've been here for like a little bit now. We're a couple slices left of pizza, and at this point Maya is standing up and kind of like annoyingly pacing the like entrance of the motel room into like up to the TV and back, which is not a lot of space. And she's like, I just don't understand. Like, this is horrifying. Oh, these lists of death, and we have like photocopies of some of the stuff that like from the archives.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell's this house still standing?
Well, maybe whatever's in the house isn't letting it be taken down.
I mean, we can't just
that
get a bulldozer and just get rid of it, like.
Well, what do we? Well, it seems that what we have is a house that, at least from your part of the research, brings people to it to work on this bit and that, and then I suppose disposes of them when they are no longer useful.
What do you?
But it also seems that whenever somebody does try to, take out the house, for lack of a better term that I as a player can't think of, assassinate the house. Whenever they try to assassinate the house, somebody intervenes. Like there was a fire, but a neighbor extinguished it before it could get too bad. I think there were a couple fires where that happened.
And then the entire town, being aware of the situation, also opted not to talk about it and to obscure information too.
Yeah, so when I went with what's his name, the Starbucks boy, when I went with him to go get the files, right? They were all together up in the storage unit, and like clearly we weren't supposed to be looking through it. He was like, I didn't want the boss to know. But that they willfully put it back up there, which means that people know about this place, but what, they're not doing anything about it? Like, I understand, sure, there's something fucked up about the house, and it's keeping people from fixing it, or like for destroying it. But how come after the amount of times it hits the news, it's not looked into by, and I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about beyond that.
I think, just in general, in this country, people like to turn a blind eye on things that they either don't understand or don't want to understand. Or if it
My
may
experience
challenge their way of life at all, they don't
Well,
see it.
It seems to be kind of focused on this house, right? There are things that people know, but even as news here escapes, apparently, for the majority of the people who they talk to from the articles, it's not just like people don't talk about it. It seems more like they actively keep a certain level of information from being found about it. Very curious.
Yeah, well, Noreen, you said that the lady you talked to today, she's heard about it, and then her uncle, she came out from outside of town, you said, to pick up the thing from her uncle, the store?
Well, she came originally because, I mean, what brought her to the town was, yes, to help her uncle with the store and eventually take over. But she said what really interested her, what motivated her to come out here in the first place was the house. But then when she got here, she just lost interest.
Yeah. All right. So you got kind of pull some sticky notes and like put it on like the makeshift like whatever board we have right now.
It's just the wall.
Yeah,
Just the
just
bathroom.
the wall.
Just, yeah, it's just the wall of the motel room.
So the estate sale, which happened, and I'm trying to like put together a timeline, after whichever owner here, I'm trying to actually figure that out.
There was an estate sale 10 years ago.
10 years ago, which was
That would have been 2007.
2007. Okay, so I'll take us to our actual board here on the map, just so we can kind of have reference to the dates and everything.
Yeah.
So 2007 was Amanda Braintree and family?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we don't got any info on her, though. That's not one of the ones we had info on. All right, so it doesn't matter. There was an estate sale with missing an end table, an armoire, and a piano.
Right.
So they're missing a piano, but Yen, you heard a piano, right?
Yeah. Yeah, inside the house.
All right. So
Well, the piano was sold, but I've asked Elizabeth to look into its whereabouts, like who bought it, and then maybe we can trace where it went. Because, I mean, who knows? It's been 10 years. Maybe it's back in the house.
Right. Which would be interesting considering how people seem to just want to go back and fix it up and put things back. So, all right. So what loose ends we got? We're waiting on our FBI badges, right? So that's going to be the storage. We're waiting to get into storage. We waiting to see where the piano went. Anything else we're waiting on?
I don't know if there are things that we're waiting on, but we do know that a couple of people who lived in the house had someone in their family die, but the rest of them survived it. So
Right.
Yeah, there was a didn't we
there
out of
were.
character I think we did. We got a list of the where some
Yeah.
of them
I can give you
were,
all
right?
names if you would like.
So a couple of people did.
Yes, the Toure family.
From what you found, 3 of the tours, or the toure, should have survived.
Yeah.
A
The
couple of
daughter
them
is
would
in the
be.
States, the parents are in Quebec.
Yep. The parents would be quite old at this point if they are still alive.
Okay, so we can try to find the Tura daughter, who's in the States. Any other family?
Lucian.
Jason
Yeah,
Aiken.
Yeah, Jason Aiken. Y'all, I might be giving y'all a little more information than y'all got, which is fine, but y'all were able to track him down to Turin, New Mexico.
Okay.
Lucian and Maria Diaz. They were daughters of, or brother sister of
Peter,
Peter
Diaz?
Diaz. Yep. They are in Denver, Colorado.
What were those two names? Lucy and what?
Lucian, so Lucien, and Maria, Maria.
Hush me.
What do you know about the house, Maria? Just kidding.
I am
We
also
we fake
very
call Maria's
curious-
phone rings. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, I am very curious about one other thing. All of the restoration efforts
Yeah.
have a theme to them. I can't quite put my finger on like exactly the time period, but all of them are old. One person went to put like a specialized kind of glass from a very particular time in the house. One person lived there and was wild with trying to refurbish the house with very specific antique or vintage pieces.
Well, I mean, it's an old house, so if they were trying to restore it, it would be old.
Well,
But it does seem that it's pretty consistent because even the newest person, I like look at the list of our people. Yamila was doing some stuff with like the furniture and everything.
From antique shops.
she's a
What
Yeah.
Something
I
about antique shops.
she's a
what I
famous
think-
furniture restoration person. At least she was.
what I'm thinking here is that if we if we consider that something might be there, that thing has a certain age, comes from a certain place, and is driving people to restore its house to that time period.
Oh, you think you're trying to get it back to a certain point in time? But I thought the restorations were actually updates, right? So like the mirror, they tried to somebody. All right, hold on. And there was someone that Margaret
Peter Diaz.
Crease. No, if we go from the oldest time that we got, Crease, they did something to restore the wall mirrors. But then there was Diaz also restored them again. After
He
the
restored them.
fire.
He also expanded the house, parts of the house.
So the two, here's the areas of interest that I noted that I don't know about a pattern. I don't know if they're trying to go in a direction of restore it to what it was, like you're saying, Amber, or if they're trying to do something else to it, or just update them. But I've noticed the garage and the mirrors in that bedroom are the things that keep getting restored, as far as I can see. So they're
With, if I understand correctly, period glass?
Yes.
Period glass.
Yes.
What's that? What is that?
It is a
Glass
very
from the-
high-end glass. It's like way back in the 1920s. That is just, it's known for its quality and is like the top echelon of glass makers. Kind of thing.
In regards to like, and a quick Google search to kind of confirm this, is it antique glass? It's like fancy antique glass, or really sturdy, really good glass and rare? So is it more, you know, restorative, or is it more top quality of the current types?
It's a mix of both of those. So it's top quality of old glass. Glass in your current times is highly mass produced, as we would all know, and is not the best stuff in the world. But if you can find like a true 1920s piece of period glass, it is worth a lot of money and often better quality than the mass produced glass that you currently have.
All right.
So that period glass wouldn't be modern. It would be
It would be
something
from like
Antique.
expensive.
aught
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
So,
So-
either we're dealing with someone who has a great deal of fondness for the Roaring '20s, or is just very opulent for no particular reason. And I wouldn't be surprised if it were a bit of both.
All right.
The
And then I'll jump in here real quick. Also, y'all would know that Emily Tycroft is a survivor. And y'all are able to track down that you don't think she ever left Meadowbrook.
Left where?
Sorry, I said Meadowbrook. Lander, where y'all currently are.
Oh, there's someone here?
Yes.
Emily Tycroft's,
Lewis Tycroft, 95 to 2000. Died of suicide.
is that Lewis's child or something?
You assume wife.
All right. Okay, well, if there's someone here, then we can definitely talk to that. And I'm assuming, like, we all are, as we're talking, like, all of us are on phones, like, pursuing our own leads and, like, double checking this and that. And so, all right, so Amber's got a good point. There's something interesting about those restorations being very particular, and we are talking about like a famous restoration person as well, someone who's particularly good at that. The only other thing I want to point out is the only things, and I like pull out whatever photocopy it is, and this is the only time we have of any of this shit happening, and that's 2:30 a.m. I like just circle it in like a red Sharpie.
Well, I mean,
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because the Weaver, Dr. George Weaver, was found electrocuted under strange circumstances, and I have here 2:30 a.m.
well, right, but if we go by also what Dr. Yarrow was saying, if it is an entity that is in this house that is trying to pull people in, a lot of the times with these kinds of energies, they are more active at night, particularly late at night. So it makes sense that stuff like this would happen, you know,
At night.
2:30 late at night.
So you think it's like
It would be interesting.
a ghost?
There's a lot of things that it could be. It feels like it's some sort of like supernaturally leaning in that direction. It
Well-
seems very paranormal.
From a medical perspective, which is all I can really give, I just want to say that the two things I noticed, because there were some pictures of Agent Donnelly and Yamila's death, those things, though, the cut is not, it's not something that's really easy to be done to oneself. So I don't know about these supernatural entities that you're talking about, Young. But if there's a physical interaction with stuff, like whatever made those cuts is sharp. It is consistent between the two. It is like identical between the two. And
Well,
it's interesting is all. So
but all of these are ruled as
suicides, which they ain't.
suicides, right?
Yeah,
Right.
both Yamila
Well-
and Agent Donnelly. And this
Well,
it's
if they're
they're not done
if
to
they're
themselves.
ruled as such, it's one of those. My guess is that the forensics look like they did them to themselves, or they have like a lack of evidence about what else could have been there at the time. It
Well-
doesn't have anything in the reports about them being under the influence of anything. So,
Yeah, I'm talking from a forensic standpoint because that's my job. I'm a forensics person, so I look at this shit all day. And from the pictures that I saw, they didn't do it to themselves. They didn't.
so what does it look like then?
Looks like a straight razor, like something sharp and thin, and
Yeah, you can
it's
see it.
go ahead.
You can see it being like a straight razor, like a sword. Like it's the kind of cuts you see in the in movies when like someone gets their neck sliced by a sword, that kind of stuff.
Some kind of just thin blade, like, you know what I mean? But that way that it's done, like, imagine, just take your hand for a second with your flatter with the hand, and like I start like I go into this explanation. I'm like, well, look at the angle. If you try to do it for yourself and like, it's just not, it's not right. So maybe what I could do though, because this is all done by the coroner in town or the police in town. If we get those FBI credentials while y'all get the stuff from the locker or however, we can go, or I can go talk to the doctor and see why they would rule it a suicide given that. Because I think that's pretty straightforward. It's not.
What's the plan once you get the credentials?
It's just less questions, but I thought we wanted to get stuff from the storage unit too.
What we do,
Yes.
I guess the question is, are we going to try to requisition money from the FBI in order to do that? Or are we just going to walk in on
think we
authority
should
and go,
just
hey,
flash
we're
and
the FBI,
blast
we're
it."
just going to
Yeah.
walk in there?
Yeah.
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 I think
It's a
Who
small
is-
enough town.
who is the first person to talk to the storage person? Okay.
Yeah.
It was me. And
I
then
can
it was,
tell
I
you
think,
that-
you and me.
I can tell you that I have not talked to them and I would not mind.
I also have not talked to them.
Yeah, I just think that Yen and I shouldn't go in again going, haha, just
I would
kidding.
agree.
We FBI.
I would agree.
Well, then, Noreen, I guess we're it. Would you like to engage that conversation, or would you like me to do that?
Well, we can go together. I'm more than happy to engage once we have our credentials. I would also be interested in any of the victims' medical record.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright,
wondering
well,
if
we
there's
got-
something about them.
We got another day, right? Before we get the FBI credentials?
Yeah.
All right. So I can talk to the doctor meanwhile, even without the FBI credentials. I don't gotta wait.
Hear me out. In the morning, why don't we just go look in the house? Together. Because,
So not at night.
correct, and not alone. Because, again, corroborating with what Dr. Yarrow said, and I also believe that you potentially would be able to get more activity alone and at night.
Well,
But if we want to actually look at the house with our eyes and not necessarily want to provoke anything immediately.
well, if we want to put Amber's theory to the test about that restoration to see what it looks like in there, to see if it's a period piece or not, we could go look.
I mean, isn't all the evidence points to it being a period piece?
Well, because Yamila's the famous furniture restoration person.
right.
So I'm just curious what the most recent, what work she was doing on the house is all. Outside of the stuff that we do know.
Handler, can I pull up Yamila's Instagram?
Yeah.
Ah.
and see what the most, in like any other social media, like if she's got a website or like a blog or whatever.
Yeah, you pull it up. There's a website, there's a blog, there's a lot about her, and it all seems to end in about 2014.
So a year before she bought the house. Great.
She just kind of falls off the face of the earth.
I don't like this weird pull that the freaking house has on people. It's
I
fucked
don't
up.
think it's the house. I think it's whatever inside the house. Which is also why I don't think just destroying the house is going to make it go away. It's just going to find a new house.
I mean,
It's not a cancer that you can kind of cut out of a body. You got to get rid of it. Like,
listen, not to be morbid, but if the body's dead, the cancer's dead.
yeah, well, my analogy was not the best in this scenario. This
Well,
isn't a physical thing. This is. You burn the body, but it's still gonna survive. That, I guess, is more or less what I'm saying.
So I guess it sounds like what you're describing is some kind of territorial creature, and the house just happens to be in this creature's or entity's domain of some kind.
I think the house is acting like a mouth for whatever this entity is, and it's just eating whoever happens to step, kind of like a Venus flytrap. If you've seen one of those, pulls people in once they get stuck.
Oh, so you mean kind of like the plant, Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes,
I will grab
a
like
Venus
a
flytrap.
slice of pizza and go sit like next to Noreen for a second, like while like, more conversations happening, and a little bit like, not that it can't be overheard in a small hotel room, but like just a little bit quieter, just more one-on-one with Noreen. I'm just like, so what do you think? Think it's a person, a ghost?
I think as this conversation was happening and Noreen kind of got quieter, she's getting her nightly cocktail of meds ready, because this conversation's a lot.
Oh, this reminds me of a couple of scenes that I saw from that one movie with who was it? Keanu Reeves and Shia LaBeouf. Hold on, Constantine.
I always forget Shia LaBeouf's in that movie in real life. I always
Yeah.
forget that, and it's
always
always a bad surprise whenever I see him in
It's
the
an
movie.
unpleasant
I'm gonna be the
surprise.
most
Yeah.
impressed with, though, is if Sin, you manage to continue to make references only of things earlier than the time period we're in right now. I'd be so impressed.
I think Maya will ask, and as I'm like taking my medication, I'm just like, I think there's a lot of speculation and not a lot enough facts.
That's
Quite
fair.
frankly, I mean, we only have one victim who potentially died at 2:30, but we don't have any evidence to suggest that any other victims died at night.
Fair. So, you vote to go
Wait
tomorrow?
a
You
minute,
want to go in?
are you sure we don't? Hold on for a second. You checked the forensic records, right? Don't they have a time of death on these things?
I actually don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, Handler. I don't have any actual forensic records. I only have the the records that they're at the archives. I haven't gone to the police yet.
True.
Yeah, we haven't gotten those.
Yep. You don't have true forensic records. You have some death certificates, but they are like egregiously estimated of like a day of death, and then
Yeah.
like when they were pronounced dead or found.
Right.
Also, we have to remember that with some of these deaths, they didn't have the technology that we have now. So the ones from like the 50s and stuff, those would absolutely just be estimated based upon
Right.
like mortis, and could be off.
So what we really care
I-
about, for example, is Donnelly's death and Yamila's death will tell us the most, I think, if there's a pattern.
Well, if we take a look at current technology, it's only been 17 years. And technology does do a lot in 17 years. But I feel like it would be reasonably safe to say we can go all the way back to about the year 2000 and find things with some level of accuracy.
Well, to the point that Noreen's making, we don't have any concrete proof about a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of conjecture. Fair enough. But you want to go to the house tomorrow? Or do you want to get some medical records? Or both?
I want to go to the house. But
I
Well, Yen seems to be on the team of doing scary things, but I am
listen,
also...
this isn't scary to me. This is not scary.
You know,
I
and
understand this to a point.
I suppose the easiest way to say that is, well, probably because you kind of exist in a way that questions aren't necessarily like scary things. From what I've been told, they often are, and in our line of work, could be the difference between life and death. So, I don't know. At
This
some
is
point, we're
not
going to
my
need to
line
look
of
up those
work.
medical records, though. So I guess we'll just wait until we'll go to the house, I suppose, sooner rather than later. And assuming that nothing ill happens whenever we get our credentials, we can go looking for medical records.
I think at this point, not like in a tantrum sort of way, but I think Noreen sort of stands up and is like, I can't do this right now. And I think she's going to step out of the room.
Go into, like, the other room.
Give me a psyche roll, Noreen.
Oh,
Yay.
great.
What's my fucking, what is it? I don't even know. I got a 55.
Under.
My psyche is under 60.
Okay. Crit success. Yeah, I mean, it's getting a lot, and nothing takes away that feeling that it's getting a lot, but nothing comes of it from your body or anything.
Self-preservation, stepping in before
Yeah.
it becomes a problem.
Yep. You
Yep,
like,
mhm.
yeah, the crit was like, yes, I need to leave, and you left, and like,
Yeah.
you walk out of the room and almost feel immediately better.
This is Noreen saying, I don't see nothing, I don't hear nothing.
Yep.
This is not my business.
I think
I gotta
as Noreen like leaves, like exits the room, Yen just kind of like looks really confused, like towards the other two in the room. Isn't this what we do though?
So,
I think before she stepped out of the room, she just like when Amber said this is our job or whatever, Noreen said this is not my fucking job, and she left. This is not what I do.
Okay, yeah, Yen would say the exact same thing. Though.
Yeah. So we talked about this, like, this is our first real mine, and I think Noreen's too, first, like, actual, field mission with Delta Green and everything. So, like, I get it, like, you definitely seem to be comfortable around this stuff. I don't think she is. It's not, that's her business. But I guess I don't know, Amber, how comfortable you are with this stuff. But we can listen. If Noreen's not ready, she's not ready. So I'll go with her tomorrow to the doctor, or to the police, and y'all can check out the house. You need to not be alone, right? Is you and Amber good enough?
Yen looks to Amber. I mean, is that good enough for you? I could go in by myself, but I'm not that ignorant.
I am concerned about you going in and having bad vibes, headaches. So probably for the best if you do not go by yourself.
I don't want you to be forced into it either, though, Amber. If you want us to go all together, I get that.
This is my first time really thinking about it, but I guess a lot of the people who work for Delta Green have seen some really rough things, and I guess that's what we have all of our therapists for.
Amber, give me a power roll.
Oh.
Ooh.
Every time there's a call for a roll, I just get excited.
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
playing a TTRPG.
A power roll?
Power.
Yeah. So it's your
Up there are
power
no
times.
stats.
It's your power times 5.
Okay. That
it should
is
be
a
up there.
25 under 70.
Nice,
Okay.
nice,
Nice.
nice.
You feel like this, like you're starting to say that about like and we see some bad stuff, and that's what our therapists are for and everything else. You almost heard some other words come out of your mouth. You almost felt like you were just going to be like, yes, we should go in the house. But you pushed that back and said what you said.
What? What?
Delightful, delightful. Good, great, good, good, good.
I like, and mind you, the facial expressions I'm making on screen are the ones you see Amber making in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I am.
If you're not cool going in,
Okay, so I am not sure I should go to the house tomorrow.
okay.
Yen, you
Yes.
do like, I guess, occultish things, right?
Yes.
um,
What are you asking?
Can you do a reading right now about me? I'm curious about a
Reading?
thing.
Oh.
what, like a book? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
I reach into my backpack and I will pull out my deck of major arcana cards.
All right, so
I saw it on Constantine. People who do occultic stuff usually have like all kinds of tattoos that put them in contact with all sorts of things. For
Well, I
I
mean-
think they call it like divination or whatever. I want to know
is
if that works right now because I am very concerned about something that just crossed my mind.
this
Okay.
a private thing? I'll go check on Noreen.
Okay. Whatever.
Come back
Amber.
in, depending on what we find out, come back in 20 minutes.
All right. And like there's like this very like weird look on Maya's face of like this is not my vibe and
Like, it's
Yeah.
like what you see on Amber's face is like some confusion, but also some because it was a power roll and I have like a little feature thing right there. It's also like very intense focus.
yeah, and from Maya's perspective, it was like a combo about like, all right, so plan for tomorrow. Okay, there is something going on over here. I'm gonna go. And while there's background things happening and y'all get ready for that, Maya just steps out, takes a breath of air, and like, although not in the same mode of Noreen feeling better immediately as they leave, I think Maya also feels a little bit of like, I'm normally the outcast, and I'm strong in that role, but she's feeling a little bit like out of depths because of the shift in like just everything and context of this whole thing. And so she just takes a breath and she's gonna take a second before she goes and hits up with Noreen.
Okay. Noreen, anything special happening right now?
I think Noreen is just doing like, her breathing exercises and just like her little none of this is real mantra. Like,
Yeah.
just doing techniques that she's learned over time to calm herself before she spirals into a full-blown panic attack.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
I need chocolate. I go to the vending machine. Buy some chocolate. Even though we had shit tons of pizza.
Give me a luck roll plus 20.
Oh gosh, okay. I'll roll for the chocolate.
Gotta roll for that. I mean, look, if you need chocolate and that's not there, that might be a bad thing. Who knows?
That's true. So what'd you say?
A luck roll plus 20, so you're rolling luck at 70 basically. So
Where's my luck?
it's 50.
Okay. 22 flat. So that's a crit.
Crit. Any choice of chocolate you really want. It's not that the whole machine's filled with chocolate, but like whatever bar was in your mind while you were walking there,
Yeah.
it's in there.
Yeah, it's like the fucking green tea Kit Kats that are like, just because it's a crit success to be obnoxious.
Yep.
That are like in Japan, or from Japan rather. Yeah.
Yep.
They for some reason have a version of that here.
One left, and you go to put money in, and you know it just falls out. You don't even have to pay for it.
All right. I think Noreen likes these. I'm gonna go give them to her.
All right. You ready, Yin?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Real readings happening here.
Real tarot readings happening.
Very real.
For the
so-
listeners, there's a physical deck that Maria has grabbed.
Yes.
Yep.
For anyone who is familiar with tarot, this is just the major arcana, so it's the first 21 cards in a standard tarot deck. For anyone who's really interested, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and they're really, really pretty. So Yen grabs their cards and like sits on the bed and kind of just like pats it for Amber to sit next to them and starts shuffling these cards. And while they're shuffling, they ask, okay, what do you want to know?
I look at Yen for a long moment and I say as calmly and as measured as possible, I want to know who just tried to reach me and why.
Ooh.
Yen stops shuffling.
And you notice it's like,
Huh.
this look that I have is one of these, it seems intense for no reason and just unyielding.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see what. Huh. All right. Yen is going to pull 3 cards and see if they, together combined, kind of give a picture of who may or may not have been trying to. What forces might be at play here is kind of generally what they're trying to get at. I don't think they're not going to get like a name of something, but like. So they're going to draw 2, and then they're going to fan out the cards for Amber to draw a card. So just pick a number between 1 and 19.
I'm going to pick card number 4.
Perfect. Okay. So we have, my friends, Temperance. It doesn't show up well on my camera. The Hierophant and a reversed Hermit.
A tempered hermit hero. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
So what do those mean?
The Hierophant typically has to do with wisdom, the gaining of wisdom, the learning of new things. Let me get this so I don't misspeak. The Hermit, when it's right ways up, typically has to do with solitude and pulling yourself away in order to get more clarity, understanding, being okay with pulling away. In its reverse form, there's some discussion about reverse cards, but a lot of the times it means isolation, being withdrawn, being lonely. Temperance come back here. Where are you? Temperance typically has to do with balance, moderation, keeping things in line with each other. So if we kind of mush these all together, we have elements of having balance, moderation, and purpose mixed with a kind of traditional wisdom. But on top of that, all of that is bringing with it this isolation, this withdrawal, this loneliness that perhaps is coming from the institution that is granting you all of the wisdom and balance that you are facing in your life.
I take a look at a clock nearby and try to get a gauge. What the time is currently?
It's like 9:45 p.m.
Okay. Yen, I need you to listen very carefully. I think the house wants me to go to it. And that, in all of our research so far, has been a bad thing.
Right. Listen, this house doesn't feel good. But I really...
It came to me as an intrusive thought, which I suppose for reasons I'm a little bit sensitive to, let's say. But in either case, while we were talking about whether or not to go to the house, I suddenly felt only somewhat managed to fight off a strong urge to do exactly that. I don't think that's good, Ken. It's expected. It's definitely within parameters, but I don't think that it's good.
Yeah, I don't think it's good that we're this far away and you're getting weird pulls towards it.
At the very least, though, we can confirm that the 2:30 a.m. thing isn't a pattern, so that's nice.
Yay, good. Great. Good.
Well, unless I die, of course.
Okay. Well,
I would say, if
All right.
anything, the only thing that you would notice there is that he's just very casual about that.
Yeah. And with this, unless anyone else has, like with Narina Maya being gone, unless anyone else has anything super specific that's going on tonight, we can bed down and skip to the next morning.
I
just
was asked.
write some notes in a notebook. That's it.
I was asked to come back in 20 minutes. I would then check in, and then
Okay.
I'm assuming, like,
Oh,
all good.
when you come back, Ada, then I kind of have a moment where I look at Yen, and then I look at you, and I tell you exactly what I just told Yen.
Which was that you had an urge to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and I'm kind of I'm leaning in the door, on the door, as it's open, just kind of not even I just popped in. I just sort of don't. You can tell I'm not fully processing it currently, as I'm just right. So the plan for tomorrow is what? In the end, we go and we're not going. Is it cool if we split up? You guys headed there. Well, what's going on?
I see you not processing this quite, not processing what the inference is there, and just goes, it's probably best that tomorrow I not be there.
Okay, so you don't want to go, and we're saying Yen's not going alone, so we'll do a quick... Alright, look, we can all take a moment tomorrow to take a break. We'll get some more information, we'll cut it, and we'll get the FBI credentials, and we'll just, have an easy day tomorrow. All right?
Maybe. Question to the handler. Like,
Yeah.
well, since I don't know how often this check is going to come up, I'm just going to ask you a preliminary question. Would it be safe for me to just go do a 3-mile run?
I mean, as safe as it's ever been.
That's fair. I am going to put on my running clothes and I'm going to go run for 3 miles before going to bed.
Okay.
I will share basically like the info with Noreen. No, I do not say everything that Amber said. Like, I purposefully don't talk about the house at all. I come back with the FYI of like, we'll just take an easy day tomorrow. We're in no rush. We'll wait for the FBI credentials. If we have time to hit up the police and get some of the more information, that's great. But like very casual, get some more snacks and just talk and get minds off of all of this. Shake off the bad vibes best I can. That's it.
Okay. Y'all bed down for the night. 3-mile run for Amber. Goes off without a hitch. You're able to... Air's brisk, cool. You're able to get back. Feels tired. Go to sleep. You wake up. It is Saturday. FBI credentials are here Sunday. What's the plan? What's the plan for y'all?
Is the police thing open on Saturday?
Yeah. As much as, yeah. The police and the coroner would probably be open on Saturday, I think.
Okay. We can... I'm willing... There's a chance that if we go to the coroner / police without credentials, it's we're gonna have to think of something as to why, and it may not work. We can just take an easy Sunday. And by that I mean like we all can skip. An easy Saturday. We can all skip to Sunday, and get the last bits of info. Have some off time and regroup, and probably head to the house at that point. Unless people have other thoughts.
Yeah, is everyone on board?
Could we, even though we're having an easy day, potentially look into like the survivors that we know of?
Oh, right.
Yeah. Y'all can shoot out some phone calls and all that kind of stuff, and then there's one that lives here. I mean, I assume none of y'all are jumping on a flight to New Mexico right now or anything.
Let's go to Quebec. Let's go.
I
I mean, Noreen will. She gets to leave.
Bye.
think
Bye.
Yeah, I think it's a very casual day before that though, and brunch at the diner, and then we could go.
It's the calm before the storm.
Yes, we try. I think you can. Noreen probably can tell, though unsaid, that Maya is trying to have a casual day to calm some things down. Kind of sticks with Noreen.
The final meal before dying.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. How do y'all want to go about this? And feel free to tell me if you want to roleplay any of them out. But I'll go through each of these names and tell you who you can get in touch with and who you can't, period.
Sure.
And then we can roleplay from there, basically, and say who called them or they're on speakerphone, whatever.
All right.
All right. So, Adam Tour, you do get in touch with. Rebecca, you do not. Elise, you do.
Wait, where's Adam Tour?
He's in Quebec.
It's the father of the boy.
Yeah. He's supposedly there with
Who
his
died?
wife. And when you call to try to get in touch with Rebecca, she's in a hospital, a mental hospital.
Got it.
That's why you can't get in touch with her. You can get in touch with Elise. She's in Oakland, California.
Who's Elise?
She's the daughter of the Tours.
Sister to the boy who.
Sister to
Drowned.
the boy who drowned.
The wife is in the mental hospital.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because, okay, originally you said that we only the daughters of the state, so I thought we were only focusing on the daughter. Got it. So she's...
Yeah.
One more time, sorry.
The daughter?
Yeah.
Is in Oakland, California.
Okay.
And you can get in touch with her, and we can roleplay that whenever you want. You cannot get in touch with Lucian and Maria. That doesn't mean you can't another day, but you do not seem to, like 4 or 5 calls, you don't seem to be able to reach them. And you can get in touch with both Jason and Emily.
Okay.
So, you can do this however y'all want. With roleplay, or I can just drop info. More than happy to have some phone calls, though.
For sake of time, do you all want to just dive into the one that's here in Lander? And we can info drop the ones that are phone calls?
I'm fine with that.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Feel free to ever visit back and ask super specific questions. But Adam Tour, you get the fact that he's quite bitter in his age. He's 82 years old. He cares for his wife at the Douglas Hospital Research Center in Quebec. Y'all make him angry once, and his language lapses into French, like straight from English. And then, like any kind of mention of Spooner Avenue or talking to his wife, and he shuts y'all down immediately.
Okay.
That's really all you get from him. Elise Tour.
Now, hold on, I have a fault. Does he
yeah.
devolve into French, or does he devolve into Quebecois, which is a completely different piece?
I'll let your imagination take it. The book says French.
It's absolutely Quebecois.
Okay. I am down with it then. He devolves into Quebecois. Alright. Elise Tour. You find out she's an attorney in Oakland. She deliberately cut herself off from her parents. She basically said she didn't want to have anything to do with them. If y'all go down the route of speaking about Spooner Avenue, she is almost eccentric to the point of the house is haunted. There's an old woman behind the mirrors. The piano plays at night. Her mom actually had her first breakdown after a stranger shot himself in the living room, but then vanished, and there was no blood or no gun. And she swears that the house killed her brother.
The house, not the old woman behind the mirror.
She says the house. She's like, whatever's in that house killed my brother. The house itself. I mean, there's a woman behind the mirror, but like I haven't seen her do anything. The house though, like the house makes sounds, it does things.
What? Okay. I think Maya is like truly bubbling with questions, but ends up not being able to form like a single one. Looks over at Noreen, recognizes again the topic, and just shuts up.
Okay.
Yen is very focused during that phone call in particular, and if like would helm the questions, particularly when like they start talking about like all of the experiences that they've had and everything, just to get more more information about what this woman looked like, or like any other things they saw there, and like kind of to the point where it's a little bit maybe pushing it a little too far to someone who's obviously traumatized.
Yeah.
They kind of go like half a step too far towards
she gives
the
off
questioning.
she gives off this odd air of like being traumatized, but also being so fascinated that she's willing to talk around her trauma.
Mm.
And so like even when you probably think one of the questions is too far, and you're like you see your face, you're like, and she answers it, doesn't skip a beat.
Just a phone call.
You
I
hear
mean,
the sound.
I'm saying she didn't see it. Like we see.
Oh,
Ian's
okay,
face.
my bad.
Yeah,
Can I ask 2 things for her?
absolutely.
One, the cutting off from the parents, is it due to their opinion on Spooner House?
Yeah, specifically her dad's. Like her dad's taking care of her mom. Her mom's not really in the right mind to be able to speak about it, and when she does, the dad silences her anyway. She's in a hospital for schizophrenia and dementia. Dementia, that's what she tells you.
Follow-up question. There's like, it's like we're about to close the phone. Sorry, that is my very Israeli words. Hang up the phone. And I'm just like, oh, one more thing. And then I just kind of just really softly ask, like, do they have any interest in returning to the house?
No, it took my brother from me. Absolutely not. I would honestly. You shouldn't go there either.
Okay. And that was my just testing the allure of like people.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Y'all do get you do get in touch with Jason Aiken. He works at a gas station in New Mexico. You go down the route of the Spooner House, because I feel like that's where most of these phone calls have to go to get any kind of info. He speaks of his wife is the one that died in the gas field house. He came back and all the burners were on. He speaks of that. Says that when he entered the house, he stayed in the gas for a while. Began to see bloody handprints everywhere on the mirrors, on doorknobs. But was eventually pulled out by the police, and they said that hallucinations during high times of stress and that lack of oxygen are not unusual. And he says that the death was just an accident, no matter how far he's pressed.
Okay.
And then Emily Tycroft, she says, yeah, I'm here in this house, and yeah, y'all can come visit today if you'd like.
Unless anybody has anything, we can head over.
Yeah. I'd like to talk to them.
All right. Once y'all get done with all this, and like the realization of all this hits you, everyone with a psyche lower than 75, give me a psyche roll.
Including 75?
Yeah, sure.
$31.
Okay.
I got a 62.
This is getting close.
That's over 60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After this, mainly the at least tour, like being able to speak so much about like things she experienced, her brother dying, not wanting to go back, but like she was as adamant as you've seen Yin be about occultist stuff. She was like, this house is alive. And just like listening to this conversation, listening to these questions, you lose 1 psyche point. You have the
Okay.
ability to project this on a bond if you wish and not lose a psyche point. I can tell you how that works if you want to know.
How does that work?
Okay, so normally you'll roll a 1d4 to see how many you can. When it's 1, it's just going to be a 1 anyway, because that's the minimum and you never lose more. You would pick a bond. You would lose 1 point off that bond. You'll lose 1 willpower point. which is just kind of your mental HP. That comes back with long rest, not long rest. I'm in D&D mode. That comes back with like sleeping for the night in a bed and stuff.
Yeah. Long rest,
And
long
then
rest.
you don't lose the psyche point.
I think that Noreen would contact somebody, her own therapist, because
Okay.
it's been like a couple days and it's just been a lot, and like she just needs maybe just like 15 minutes to like talk about how, without being, you know, too detailed because you can't talk about this stuff, like just like that she's being triggered right now.
Sure. And just to kind of set the scene, like when you're projecting on a bond, since you're losing that like 1 point, it means that the interaction itself was inherently negative.
It becomes a bad thing
Yeah.
with the bond, so you lose
Yeah.
a connect. Like,
So what I imagine happens is you call your therapist and you start speaking on this. You're like, you're triggered. You're like, I'm triggered, and she's just giving you the normal runaround of, okay, practice your breathing, do this, count backwards from 5, breathe in, and I imagine that eventually you snap at her at one point.
Yeah. Like, you're not listening to me.
Yep.
I've done that. That's not helping. I need to talk to you.
Yeah, she's
and
look, I can talk to you over. You can come into my office tomorrow.
I can't. I'm not in town.
I can also imagine that like you're trying to explain things, but her questions make you have to explain more than you can explain, which means you can't actually go into it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm doing all I can over the phone. We can schedule an appointment for when you're back in town. I feel like you're keeping some stuff from me, so I can't help much.
I understand, Monroe. Yeah. I'll call you when I'm back in town and set up an appointment.
Okay. And she hangs up.
Do I take that point off of the projected score or like the full score? I'm confused by like these two boxes.
Just
I don't know
put
which.
your projected. So, like, say her score was 10. Put your projected down to 9. That way,
Okay.
we just remember what her max was, and yeah.
Oh, it changed the whole score. when I did
okay.
that. Whatever.
Whatever. That's the first time we've done that, so there you go. Yeah, but you don't lose that psyche point. That bond was hurt, but your psyche and your mental and this current capacity is okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then y'all head to Emily Tackroff.
Yep.
Okay. Down one of the roads, kind of on the other side of Lander from where 1206 is, you find her house where she tells you it is. Out from the outside, it's this white with very light baby blue trim house, flowers kind of everywhere. Looks pretty well kept up, and when y'all pull up, it seems that she was watching, as like y'all had said y'all were coming, and you're met by an open door before you even get all the way down the walkway to the front door. Hi, you're the ones that called?
Yeah. Hi. Emily? Right? Tycroft?
Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
I have tea and stuff if y'all want to come in. I understand this is kind of about the house.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Yeah, of course. We'd love some tea, right guys? Yeah, that sounds great. Also look at all these plants.
Tea sounds lovely. What kind do you have?
I just made some English breakfast, but I have lavender and some herbal infusions as well.
Oh, English breakfast sounds lovely. A wonderful pick me up at this time of the day.
Great.
I'll make a lavender, yeah.
No, you just It's just sorry. Yeah, such a green thumb. But yeah, I kind of like try to like walk in and just okay. Move into it. So as we're getting our cups and things, yeah, we had some questions about the house. We've been kind of taking a look while it's on the market. You used to live there, right?
I never did, but I've been there a couple of times actually. My we were still married at the time, but I mean, we had been separated for 15 years by then, when he lived there.
So you said they were separated for 15 years when.
Yeah, they were just never like legally divorced, so it looked like he was with her.
Oh, so you never actually lived there?
No, we lived here, and then he got this interest in the house eventually, and yeah, we split ways, and she seems to be kind of like beating around the bush. You seem to think she's a little uncomfortable about it.
Listen, we don't judge or nothing. So don't worry in terms of, your relationship with them or anything like that. Like, it doesn't bother us. We don't mean to make you uncomfortable either. But we would love to know kind of how he got interested in the house to begin with, like what that was about.
I mean, they had an open house for showing. We were looking for an upgrade, places to move, and we went to check it out. I told him it made me feel pretty uneasy. He did not think the same, but we didn't move in that time, and we started fighting a lot. He wanted to go to the house after that, and I was spending a lot of time and a lot of money there. And yeah, I mean, we ended up splitting.
You said you were separated for 15 years. Before that, you were looking to move together, but you were separated?
Yeah, at the time. You said no judge, right?
Yeah, no, of course. I look around at everybody to like nod, agree.
Yeah,
Yen
she
is
seems
distracted
uncomfortable
by
about
the
it.
Yen is distracted by the plants and also any books or anything that it like is taking in the surrounding more so than the conversation. It's trying to pick up like what kind of person this is based on what they have in their
It's the most
viewable
neutral of
living
neutral.
space.
I mean, I'm
seems
also
like-
doing this, but also this tea is just lovely.
Yeah. She seems like a sweet old, I don't want to say like cat lady because there's no animals in here, but like she's seems relatively normal, sweet old woman. And she's 50. She seems in shape. She's not like
Not major health issues. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And as far as
no
the
ju-
house goes,
no
there's like
judgment.
plants inside. There's an old couch here, but then there's a nice seat here that you assume she probably sits in most of the time, besides the couch and all that kind of stuff.
No judgment whatsoever. You said you spent a lot of money on that
He did, yes.
house? This is after he moved in?
He spent some before as well when other people were living there. I think he wanted to help. I think he helped the Aikens fix up some things. They were going through a hard time, but yeah.
So, all right. So I'm still interested to hear, the whole situation and how he got interested in it in the first place. But you said there was an open house and you didn't get it.
No, I didn't like the feeling of it, no, so we did not.
But he didn't either.
He seemed to want to move there. But we stayed together in the house that we're living in
So he was.
at that time.
So somebody else got it when you went to the open house? That wasn't the time that he got it. It was a.
Yeah, that was not the time. I think it was the Aikens, maybe, that got it after that open house, or maybe they were the next one. I can't remember quite right.
All right. So he was interested in it back before the Aikens got it. And y'all didn't get it. And then but the open house was when the interest started for him.
Yeah, when we went there, I mean, he was interested before because it was a house, and like you have to be interested to go to an open house, you know. But it was a little different after that. It was a little different after we went inside.
Were you together the whole time you were inside?
I mean, no, we split up. I went to this room, he went to that room, we reconnected. We went to this room, I went to that room.
Right. All right. And then, just to clarify your situation between the two of you, you were separated. That you were the no judgment, but just to.
Yeah, we were separated, but I mean, we had built a life together, and I wasn't in a place to live on my own at the time.
Do I feel like she's deflecting? Like she was about to say something about the no judgment, and she's no longer.
No, you don't think she's deflecting, you just think she's embarrassed about the situation. Like, you get the sense that if she could have not been with him, she would. And that it took him, like, buying this house and moving away for her to not be with him.
Got it. All right, so then the Aikens, I think there was another person to get the house after that.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't keep up with a lot of the people in the house after that. I wanted to stay away from it.
So he spent a lot of money even before he owned it.
Not a lot. I wouldn't let him, but yeah, he like helped the Aikens do some repairs and stuff. He was a handyman.
Do you know exactly what things that he repaired before and after he moved in?
They were just little things. It was like a floorboard would come loose and he would replace the floorboard. I think the lattice on the like the porch where you could go under it, I think that had broken at one point, and so he repaired that lattice and now painted it, and he would like go paint a room and stuff like that. It was odds and ends, but like over the course of a couple of years, I think he spent close to $1,000 on it.
Right. And then how'd he go about owning it himself?
Yeah, I mean, it came under ownership again, like it seemed to do a lot, or came out of ownership again, like it seemed to do a lot, and he went to that open house, and we hadn't been doing good at the time, and he had had enough money to buy it, and we had already paid off this house.
Did you talk to him at all after he bought the house?
I visited one more time. I got that same uncomfortable feeling, and I mean, he seemed normal enough.
What do you mean?
Did he talk about?
I mean, he still cared about the house a lot, and like when I knocked on the door, he was almost immediately at the front door. But like other than that, he was my ex-husband. It's hard to be super normal, you know. He was as normal as he'd ever been in this house.
Did he talk about having any sort of experiences in the house?
No, but actually, now that you mention experiences, I guess there's like 3 weeks after he died, I got this letter that was in his handwriting. It was just a lot of gibberish and scribbles and like, just like, you know, when you press a pen to the paper and make a big circle and stuff like that.
Do you
but
still have it?
no.
Yen
I
is
got
like
rid of it.
very directly like looking at her.
Yeah, she's like, no, I got rid of it. It was, no, not at all. It was creepy a little, but in the middle of it, I did make out the words of woman in the house. And so, like, I mean, I was thinking, like, maybe he cheated on me or something, you know? She says cheated and then, like, almost immediately, like, tries to take back her words since they weren't together, but, like, it still comes up.
3 weeks after his death, you got a letter? Do you know when it was posted?
Yeah, it was posted, I think, a day before his death, actually. But it got sent to the wrong place, which is a little weird. I mean, I feel like we lived here forever. He would know where I live. And then Actually, when it got posted to the wrong place, the mailman saw me on the street, and we knew each other, and he was like, "Oh, this is for you."
It was like to the wrong address or the post office?
Oh, it was to the wrong address.
Do you know what address it was going to?
I don't actually. No, I'm sorry. It didn't seem important at the time.
Of course.
It was addressed in my name, but no, like it was just an odd address.
Okay. Not to be insensitive, do we know his manner of death? It just says C coroner.
It said C coroner.
Yeah, it was a suicide.
Alleged.
Since we haven't done that yet,
Yeah.
Not to be insensitive, but are you comfortable talking about the manner of his death?
Give me a persuasion roll at a +20,
Okay.
or anyone with the highest persuasion.
Uh,
So this is a group roll technically.
Where's persuasion?
Persuasion.
I
got 50.
You got 50.
Yeah.
I have 60 persuasion.
Okay, so it'd be an 80 for Noreen.
An 80. Okay.
You know, I like my
59.
Nice.
flat charisma checks.
Yeah. It's so hard because like when you're directly asking someone for something, it's supposed to be persuasion.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, you kind of lean into this. Y'all have been nice so far, and it's a group persuasion. So like you asked this question, Maya, and she kind of softens her eyes, and it's so a little odd. But first, this was why I visited at first, because it was like at one point he answered the door and he was waving a pistol at the paperboy. Not like trying to shoot him, but like he answered the door and like clearly pointed at him a little bit. Again, not from what I understand with the police, not to aim at him, but he was just talking to him and casually pointed it at him. The police visited. He seemed coherent. He seemed coherent when I visited. So it's not like nothing happened because of that. But then I had never known him to own a gun. He seemed to purchase that legally. And then I think about a week later, he shot himself twice, which when I talked to the coroner said it seemed like, I didn't really like his words, but an amazing feat, considering that the first shot was like truly meant to be fatal.
Where did he get shot?
He shot himself in the heart and then the sternum, but the heart was labeled as the first one because it had burn marks on it.
It had what?
Burn marks, as in he pressed a gun to it.
It's probably going to be a mute roll, given obviously it's odd, but the words "amazing feat." Can I make a more distinct like forensics check to determine? Okay, are we talking? Oh, like 20% chance that could ever happen, or are we talking 0.001% chance that that's ever even plausible?
I'll just give it to you with your forensics. It's one of those like unheard of, but it happened. You see it, so you have to believe it. But like it's not really something that is ever possible. He shot himself through the heart and then the sternum.
And the sternum was not okay. I want to. Yeah, this makes me just want to get the details from the coroner because I'm not liking this pattern of something being so improbable. But wow, super cool, rare, happens versus maybe he didn't do it to himself. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, you don't rule it a suicide because of the likelihood.
Yeah, and that's stuff you'll have to get from the coroner or the police probably.
Okay.
'Cause that's you know from your job that's police investigation plus the coroner.
Right. And they didn't mention anything though about the like the pistol you said that he had was the gun that shot him?
What do you mean?
Like they matched the ballistics?
Yeah, he owned it. It's the same one he was waving at the paperboy. They checked it out when the police got called that day, and yeah, I mean everything checked out. It was on the floor beside him when he was found, so I mean suicide is what they said.
All right.
And you see she's
Does
like
he-
starting to get a little antsy at this point.
Does he seem like the kind of person who would do something like that?
I mean, does anyone really? We'd been separated for a long time, and he was blowing through money quickly. That's usually, I could say that's two of the things from what I've researched after.
And you've been so kind sharing all this details with us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully this wasn't too uncomfortable for you.
No, you're nice. It was nice to talk.
So, does anybody have any other particular questions? Amber, Noreen, Yen?
When you said you got a bad feeling, can you be a little bit more descriptive? About the house, like what exactly felt wrong to you?
It's hard to explain, really. It felt not right. I felt like I shouldn't be there. I wanted to get out as quick as I could. Yeah, it's like people call it like a sixth sense. Like, you're about to get, someone's watching you, or you know you're about to get hit by a car in the crosswalk, or like they talk about it all the time in like papers and stuff. That's the closest thing I could call it.
And before that experience, you were interested in the house?
I mean, yeah, it seemed like a nice house. It had a lot of owners and stuff, but prior to that weird feeling, like I just didn't want to live there, feeling that all the time. You know?
Of course. No, completely understand. One last question: when you and your ex-husband were thinking about moving into this house before the open house, were you aware of the other events that had occurred in it?
We'd heard a little bit about it. Usually the most recent ones, like the Greeley family, and then the Dr. George Weaver accident and stuff. I mean, it happens. It was a little weird to happen in the same house 2 or 3 times, from what we know. But it was a nice house for cheap because of those things. I'm pretty sure.
Well, so you said 2 or 3 times from what you knew, but then it continued to happen, right? So.
Yeah, I remember it. Like, it's a couple of there was a fire, and I think. And then the Diaz hurt himself. Yeah, I mean it's weird. I was highly not interested in. Anytime my husband brought it up, I didn't want to talk about it.
Sure. This is less about your personal experience but I just we can't help but be a little bit curious. The town doesn't seem to find it odd that those things keep happening there. So many accidents and.
Oh, some people do. Now, some of the older neighbors and stuff that live behind the house, or across from it, catty corner and stuff. But I mean, it's you don't really talk about that chill you feel at midnight, right? It's just when you talk about so much, and it's people think you're. She kind of leans in and whispers, "Just not right in the head."
Yeah. All right. Well, how old is she? Like, what? How much into the history do I think she would have been aware?
She's in her 50s. I mean, like, she grew up here from what you're understanding, but that doesn't mean that she knows every single thing that went on. It seems like she got mostly interested when they thought about buying it, which was back to like George Weaver and like the 72.
Right. All right. And just because you're we'll get out of your hair. I think we'll kind of thank you so much for your time. The only thought that I had, just because you know the town so well, you grew up here, right?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that has like outside the town seat? I think they only have like records up to 50 years ago. Do you know who built the house? Do you know anything? If the deed or something passed through your ex's hands, do you know like who originally built it?
We had heard some history about it, like, oh, the Wheeler family built it. But I mean, you can find all that stuff at in the newspaper, like the old newspapers. It's annoying. I've seen some of the old ones for some of the old puzzles and stuff, but like we don't have the money to digitize it in this small town, so it's a lot of like sifting through old like micros. They call it micro something. I don't know, but they have it all.
Microfiche.
Yeah.
The seat has it?
No, the news archive.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. She'll stand up, like offering for y'all to leave, basically.
Okay.
I stay. No, I'm kidding.
I don't
I'm not
leave.
done with my
I stay
tea.
and pull up my gun.
Oh my god.
I'll actually have a refill. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I think
y'all
on
got
the way
that
on the way
information?
out, the last thing Yen would just say to her is that if you remember anything of that weird thing he wrote or anything else weird that you remember him saying or writing, let me know, and I'm gonna give her my burner phone number
Okay.
if you don't mind.
She gives you a nod and it's like, yeah, I will. It's been so long since I got rid of it, but I'll try.
Thanks.
And she closes the door behind y'all. Y'all got that information, and what's the plan for the rest of Saturday? Was that it?
Genuinely though, as soon as we like step off of her property line, I'm like looking like not at anybody and looking in the air, just taking a breath of fresh air. I'm just like, so what was it? Oh shit, I lost it. Where was it? Oh, woman in the house is definitely the person in the mirror then, right?
Seems like it.
Interesting. All right, I could use some apple pie. Taking a step out of character just for ease of what all we have on our plate. It seems like now there is the news archives and the medical records that are the other pieces of information we can grab around town. Is there anything else in regards to those types of things?
We can talk to the
Sorry, go ahead.
older residents of the town.
Oh, the
The
older
neighbors, like the neighbors of the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
So far that y'all have opened up of things that you think you can do, that you haven't been to. So like you're waiting on FBI and Elizabeth Tucker, but you also have the news archive, the coroner. You spoke about maybe going to the police station.
I thought I recalled you saying that the coroner and the police station are one and the same for some reason. Like where would to get it from?
No, they would both hold different records about like crimes and suicides and stuff, but they're not one and the same. No.
Gotcha. It would probably be a roundup of both sides of the information, kind of run.
Yep. And then the neighbors, and that's it really.
And the house. We haven't been in the house yet.
And the house, you know.
Your
Listen,
Yenish.
if we all go, what are the odds something will happen if we're all there together?
I'll be lookout.
Yen just wants to go in this dang house, y'all.
Maya does not want to go in, given how absurd all of this sounds.
Listen, we just don't go in alone and it'll be fine, right?
The funny part is
That worked
the more-
out. That
the more
worked
you
out
learn,
really
the
well
worse
for
it
the
is.
whole families. That moved.
We don't go home in alone at night.
What were you saying, Waffles?
I was like, the funny thing is, the more you guys keep like getting information and learning, the worse it is about like not wanting to go in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just making Yen want to go in more and more. Yen wants answers. Yen wants to go there and touch stuff.
Is there a sort of like montage of cuz okay, on one hand I want to be thorough cuz I think that's what my would put off going to the house if there's all these other
Sure.
leads. But I also recognize that we can, with this amount of information, spend the next 3 episodes continuing to gather all of these things.
Continuing to avoid the house.
Avoid the house. I'm just wondering, because at the same time, like, not role-playing certain things does take away from, like, options.
Yeah.
What kind of montage can we get to, you know, like, get the FBI badges, get the things from storage, hear back from Elizabeth, get the records, etc., etc. There's a lot.
I can montage y'all to, like, y'all go to sleep, blah blah blah. If y'all don't have anything else to do today, y'all can have the FBI stuff arrive. The antique person will be giving y'all a call, and I don't want to montage the green box.
What did you say right before that, though? Sorry.
Me?
Yeah, right before the
The
green box.
antique person.
The antique person would be giving y'all a call on the same day of Sunday.
Okay.
Kind of
I
everything's
love going to
taken off.
sleep and just having all my shit just there. Waiting for me.
Fast travel, let's go.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, during the montage, one of y'all, whoever has the phone on them, the actual beat up burner phone, is gonna get a call at like 2:30 in the morning, saying that your stuff has arrived in the parking lot.
Oh,
I think
no.
I had the phone last because I'm the one who
Okay.
made the call.
Okay, so yeah, you'd get, if it's on vibrate, then you won't get woke up, but you'll see a missed call, and I'll say that, I mean, you know, a missed call from a blocked number, and you walk out, you see a black SUV with a, I don't want to say like an FBI plate, but like it's a government plate on it. Reach under the front passenger wheel, find the key that would be hidden there for you, get in, and you see 8 different uniforms, enough for y'all to have each 2 changes, badges with fake IDs, and the normal issue, like, I can look it up and give it to y'all for next episode, but the normal issue, like, baton, handgun, I think it's a Glock that FBI gets, and just so you look like outfitted FBI officers walking around, because if you didn't have like a handgun and stuff, people wouldn't expect it. So
Amazing. Great. I also recognize that Maya does not want to wear this. She probably wears like some kind of. She probably just wears the suit top, like a just the blazer over some like. And anyways, it's fine. Everything's
Her
great.
fucking gothic Lolita dress, her Victorian frock, but like there's a blazer on top.
I still have like a short skirt, the boots, but well, no, I have to think about it. I have to think about the outfit I put together. It's fine.
yeah.
Sorry, this is not montaging. Go ahead, take over.
Maya said
It's okay.
the drip,
I mean,
the drip can never
honestly,
take a
if y'all are-
backseat.
Honestly, if y'all are heading to the green box, you're probably not going to be an FBI anyway. So
No, green box is FBI. That's our only way in.
no, I said you're probably not.
Oh, well, we're not going into the. We're going to the green box. We're just not going into the office. We're just waiting in the back.
Yeah,
I-
but we don't have to be in our FBI suits, the 2 of us.
Yeah, I'll tell you openly that would be very hard, and you and Yin would know not to not address an FBI for now. You can always go back and change later. It does not take long. But like, he's gonna take you to the green box and unlock it for you, and then leave. And like, you'd have to pass the office stealthily, and like, there's no reason.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So is that what y'all want? You wanna investigate the green box real quick?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. I have a big list of stuff to give you here.
Oh boy.
A lot of it
Hasn't been
does
roll
not
20.
matter. Don't write it down. A lot of it does not matter, and I will share
Great.
it with y'all eventually. There is an antique table, a sofa bed, 2 plastic wrap twin mattresses, 3 empty biohazard containers, 2 bags of quicklime, 2 new shovels, 4 pairs of work gloves, a hat lamp, 14 empty quart-size metal containers for gasoline with pour spouts, 2 empty gallon-sized plastic containers for gasoline, 3 newly minted keys taped together on a piece of cardboard that says 1206, 400 rounds of shotgun ammunition, 2 new Mossberg shotguns where the serial numbers ground off, where they could not be traced back to anybody, a lot of fake identities for Agent Donnelly, including one as a gas inspector, a Nikon telephoto lens and a Nikon reflex camera. And then going through there, you find some notes from Donnelly, which I will give you on a second. The remains of 24 burned photos, like they have been lit on fire and burned. Nothing can really be gleaned from these photos except that it looks like there's trace images of the 1206 house from the outside. So you think they're probably all photos about the 1206 house. And then in the back, a crumbling, what looks to be about a 4-foot long wooden coffin, covered in, I mean, whatever relatively means to y'all, relatively fresh dirt. And then I'll give you all these notes real quick.
Oh my God.
I think it was like, okay, this stuff. We kind of looking as we walk into the back, and then like handful of notes and photos in a hand like get totally dropped, and they're like, what the fuck?
Oh, and this is the handwritten note.
Yeah, these are all there's a lot more notes, but a lot of them are major gibberish. These are everything y'all can glean that matter. But if somebody wants to read those, and then y'all can talk about them. And if
can
anybody
read-
has
I
any
can read
questions
it.
about anything else.
I can read one of the notes, the one that's on the bulletin board.
Okay.
It says Toure equals not dead, ? Roaming the house, only at night. Grave, shovel, gloves, headlamp, cash, ? Burn it, ? Crease tried, didn't work, other. Talk to survivors, Canadian mental health. Music, dining room, laughter, noise, upstairs, someone else in house, is sorry, not return call.
Sorry.
That's Yamila's last name.
Mhm.
Falk.
Those 2 squiggly lines means like it's illegible. after
Illegible,
that.
yeah. Falk, death, ? Coroner, ? Falk looks like it might be Falcone, Andrea Falcone, the one who died before, sorry. Wheeler furniture / book / paper, ? Estate, ? Talked to IT tonight, knew my name, knows I'm talked to it tonight, not IT. Knew my name, knows I'm watching it. Still no movement, open house next week. Buy it, ? Burn it, ?
Burn in?
I think it's
Burn.
burn. I think that's a me.
Okay.
It or in.
Burn
I
it.
read it as it.
I have to say, his handwriting is impeccable. No, okay.
It's really great.
You know how many generators there are for bad handwriting on the internet? Not many. But yeah, that's the notes that, again, y'all get 4, 5, 6 pages of
This is the legible
notes.
that is conglomerated.
This is the legible stuff that matters to y'all. That's not like, I got lunch today. Like it's almost like a diary of his time here.
So, just to clarify, Toure not dead. The only one of the Toure that died is the kid, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It also says roaming the house / only at night / grave.
Shovel, gloves, headlamp, cache. Is that so? Is a different line a different section, or is the shovel, gloves, headlamp, cache close to where it says grave?
It's close to where it says grave. It's definitely in like a different section, but it's like you can follow it. It's like the next paragraph down. Like all
You
these
said that
are in
there were-
order.
You said there were two two shovels?
I will tell you. I think so. Yep, 2 brand new shovels.
Not
Brand new,
used.
so neither of them look like they were used.
Nope, neither of them look
Oh.
like they're used. 4 pairs of work gloves. None of them look like they're used. Basically, anything in here doesn't look like it's used, which you think. I mean, Agent Donnelly was a veteran agent. He probably got rid of literally
Yeah.
anything that he used immediately.
Yeah.
Real quick, the thing in the back of this.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask who actually is literally in the green box.
I assume all of y'all.
Oh,
Great.
I should have asked that, but I was making the assumption that everyone walked in and y'all closed the door because you know what this is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
just-
would like to go and open that, please.
Well, the question that I have is, what is the size of that? Is it a adult?
4 foot long.
But
It's a child.
okay.
That's small.
Yen would go
mean-
to
Oh,
investigate the interior of that.
does it look like it's been opened? Maya will ask that. Maya is not like.
Okay. Yes. With the question, I would then look at the exterior, see if there's anything written on or markings or anything like that, or if it looks like it has been opened previously.
There is looks like a clasp that has something written on it. You'd have to get close to see it.
I will do
because
that.
It's literally like the metal clasp that you would open it with. And you get close to look at it, and it says Anton Tour, 1957 1966. Basically, the life of
Huh.
a 9-year-old.
This is Anton's coffin. The one that drowned.
Well, according to this note, Donnelly didn't think he was actually dead.
Well, let's see. And I'm just gonna open up the coffin.
I take a
Alright.
step back towards the door.
Yeah, the coffin
Nope.
opens
Grab
up
a shovel.
to
I just pulled a shovel.
the coffin
That's
opens
gonna
up
do
to
something.
a about a like 3.5-foot body that is, I mean, Maya, you know this, like rotted to the point of disintegration, as in like this has been dead a long time. I mean, even some of the skeleton is beginning to disintegrate and turn to dust. And you open it, you watch like it like shakes a little, and then I need all of you to make a psyche roll.
The skeleton shakes a little.
From the
Jostles.
opening of the coffin. Yeah. It
Oh, okay,
jostles from the
okay.
opening
I
of
was
the
like,
coffin.
what?
So here's
But you now see the dead body of a 9-year-old boy that has been dug up from his grave.
the thing that I'm struggling the most with here is remembering that Maya deals with dead bodies all of the time and should not feel this way, but me, Syrup, am wigged out, so the urge to just run away.
Run away.
Great. What was Psyche?
Psyche roll.
Cool. 70 under 75, so that is a close success.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I got a 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Yin.
97 out of 85.
Okay. Amber.
Let me look up that number. This is a psyche roll, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a crisp 9.
Ooh.
A crisp 9. Nice. Okay. Yin, give me a 1d4.
Yeah. It's a 3, my friend.
3. Yeah, you seeing this body, probably being the one to open it, you get this like, you get the smallest intense whiff of like the disintegration, assuming that it has been opened before, but like you get, it's been closed since Donnelly's been dead, and you get that small whiff of the body, and you get to see it move, and you got to read that it was Anton Tor, and you're putting it together, and you lose 3 psyche points.
Okay.
Would you like to project or explain how that takes its toll on you?
I will take it.
Sorry, I'll jump in here just to remind and say, like, it doesn't. It takes its toll. Like, losing any psyche takes its toll, but if you don't go past your breaking point, it's not like huge. It's not major.
Okay.
You're not out of commission, kind of thing.
Yeah, I will take it. And I think everyone would see like Yen open it and like didn't do it like unceremoniously or anything like that. Like just probably like props it open and then like very quickly back away because what they saw, I mean, they knew that it was going to be like a child body, but I think for a moment they saw their older brother in there, like disproportionate to the box, in like a similar, you know, grotesque state, and I think that's what scared them more so than seeing like a small figure.
I think seeing you kind of back up quickly,
Oh yeah, they're like pushing, like they're like to the point where they like tripped on the ground, like, and are backing away and like knocking stuff over. Like it's a panicked.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not alive. He's not alive. I kind of take your elbow, like I try not to, like I'm not too touching on you. I'm just trying to guide you with the least amount of touch away from bumping into things. And I like almost instinctively look over to Noreen and like kind of place you in their care for a moment, and step forward closer to the body to like break your line of sight, and because Maya's not too uncomfortable with it. It is it's never a pretty sight, and the ones I see aren't usually this decomposed, but you all right?
Yeah, it was I kind of take like a little like partial glance at it again, to like confirm that it's like logically I know it's not my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, when you look back, it's just the body of the boy that everyone else sees.
Yeah, I looked different for a second, and I'll be okay.
Noreen will reach into her bag and pull out one of those little baby bottles of water. With a little.
It's just gonna be a
ones that you
baby
just
bottle.
you chuck down.
Yeah.
That too.
I'll take it.
I put
didn't you?
I put a
You
nipple
gave me
on it.
Oh God. You gave me some like pain pills the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm just gonna fish those out from my pocket where they've been sitting for the last like day and a half, and I'm just gonna pop those and chug that baby water there.
Okay. And taking a little liberty with time, we'll stay where we are in roleplay. Y'all can come back to what you were just about to say, Maya. But those pain pills do like eventually take the edge off.
Cool.
I'm just stepping forward, making sure there's nothing that stands out to me about the inside of the coffin and the body. So, to be honest, if possible, I would like to do a sort of search check and then go to just close it back up for the sake of everybody in this little small storage unit.
Okay. Are you looking medically, like for forensics, or very particularly searching for oddities?
And anybody can feel free to stop me from closing it if somebody else wants to take a look. Maya's just more focused on people are uncomfortable. Let's cover this up. So I think in the moment, medically, it's going to be rather hard, and tell me if Maya thinks differently, to really ascertain anything with this level of decomposition. So more so looking for anything odd and or why did he bring it here? Why did he bring this coffin here? Kind of a deal. So what is on the inside of this that shouldn't be and or is notable?
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll because it's here. It's open. You're not rushed for time. Medically, quick look over. The first thing that Maya understands, the first and probably only thing that Maya understands about the body is it died a long time ago. And there's clearly no like blunt trauma. There's no broken bones of what bones are left and stuff.
Sure.
So it didn't fall off a mountain or something. Searching the coffin, you give it a very good look over, as close as Maya's willing to get, at 2-3 solid minutes. There's nothing odd. I mean, it's a real body, you know that. It's not fake. It's a real coffin. You assume he really dug it up from Anton's grave. You're intelligent enough to assume that from his note, he wanted to prove that the boy was dead for some reason. Maybe he thinks he saw the boy in the house. Someone said he wasn't dead, something. And this was his way to prove it.
All right. I will cover it back up.
Okay.
You all right, Amber?
I guess, and there's the player note, right? This like note on the cork board are scribblings of notes that are actually on the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I figured at
Talk to
first we're all like
survivors from
passing it to each other.
Canadian mental health.
I mean, I think Kreese tried to burn the house is what I'm picking from that. I do this Falcone death, the coroner, is gonna be something I definitely want to make sure we get that info.
It knew my name. Well, at the very least, we know that I guess our whole group has an open invitation now.
Donnelly was also talking to Yamila, it seems.
What line are you referring to?
Someone else in house is sorry, did not return call. At least he was trying to talk to her.
Is it like they see... Hold on, if he saw... Or if someone saw the kid roaming around the house only at night, and this is a little bit down the line, someone else in house is sorry not return call. Did he see her? Because he, correct me if I'm wrong, he came over after Yamila was already gone, right? Like Agent Donnelly came into this after that?
It seems like he had been around in Lander every once in a while. Like he knows of the Lander town. You don't know if he was like born here or if he had some special connection to it, period, and had heard stories about 1206. Then when it came up on, he was the one that had it come up on Delta Green's radar. Like, period. And then, but like moving here and real attempt to care about the house, yes, it was after Asari.
Maybe he was seeing the ones that died in the house and was trying to confirm that they weren't around.
But then, why would he why would he try to call her if he was? I mean, it sounds like he was here
to confirm.
at least at some point when Yamila was alive.
Maybe. I mean, I think he dug. It's possible. I'm thinking he dug that up to confirm that they were also dead. So maybe it was another kind of trying to confirm that she wasn't around.
Okay, but he
Confirm to
didn't-
Who, though?
But she died in a year before Donnelly did.
Just different theories. Confirm to who? To himself. Is there dates to these or any kind of when these were written?
It seems like based on the paper, some of them being a little older looking and stuff, it seems to be that you can track kind of how he, like, the order that they were written in. And so the order that I gave y'all is the correct order that they're written in, but there are no dates or anything.
Does it seem to get more frantic as the writing goes on?
Yeah.
Or is it all kind of okay?
Do we know if Yamila had any siblings? Maybe it's not referring to Yamila.
That's true. It's just their last name.
Yeah, not that y'all have heard, but a thought.
I Google it.
You don't find anything.
Wait. Talk to it tonight, knew my name. Knows I'm watching it. Still no movement. Open house next week. When was the open house? When was the last open house? And do we have like
before he bought it?
I'm assuming we have that information a little bit.
Yeah, and you'd find out that the last open house was the one that Yamila toured it, and she was the purchaser of that open house.
So I think you're right, Yen. He was in here. He was in the house. He must have known Yamila, because he was in the house when she owned it.
Or, I mean, he didn't have to know her. He has keys right here for the house. He could have just gotten in. He has suits to pose as a gas maintenance worker.
You are putting two and two together, and you at least come up with the idea that he's met her in person.
You said that there was
there
was a camera and burned photos, right?
Yes.
Is this like an old camera? This is like a film camera, right?
Yeah, it's like a Polaroid camera.
And
okay,
the
does
pictures
it look
match?
like there's
The pictures match, yeah.
Does it look like there's film in the camera that has not been developed yet?
No. This is me as the handler does not know much about cameras.
Okay.
But this is one of those cameras that feeds the picture out to you when you take it.
Polaroid.
Okay.
Polaroid.
Polaroid.
Polaroid,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And so the photos we have are Polaroids?
Yes, they are.
They
are.
And they're burned
if y'all didn't,
mostly.
Yeah, they're very burnt, like up to 90%. And really, all y'all can put together is they're probably pictures of the house, because you see a little bit of the outside of the house that y'all have seen, like you see in 206 or something like.
Okay, but there's nothing else that, like, poking at the pictures that I could see.
No,
Anything?
nothing really stands out. They're just random pictures. It looks like he's taken 24 plus pictures of outside and inside of the house, but other than that,
It's
there's
an
nothing.
entire roll of film, everyone.
Okay. And as y'all are all sitting there kind of pondering this, as things do, one piles up to another, and Noreen, your phone rings.
no, thank
My
you.
burner.
Yeah.
Okay. I answer.
Okay. You answer and you hear, hi, is this Noreen? This is, Elizabeth from the Antique.
Oh, Elizabeth, thank you so much for getting back to me. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you so much. I assume you found something about the piano.
I did. I found a couple of things, actually. There were, it seems that most of them have stayed here. What happened, if you want to know, after I tracked them all down, is there was a proper estate sale from when the Wheelers owned the house way back when. This is like, she's like interested. She's like, this is like fancy time. Like the Wheelers were like, they were adored as the couple of the town and stuff like that, back in like the 20s. And so a lot of their furniture ended up coming to this antique store. And then when Yamila, when the, the handler is trying to remember. I told you there was an estate sale like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the Braintree family had purchased a couple of them from here, from our antique store. And then after that family died, there was another estate sale because the Falcone did not want a lot of that stuff to help raise money for the house. And now it has been, but it hasn't been that long since then, and a lot of it is still here. So I was able to track down an end table with a Emily Harrison. I was able to track down the armoire, which seems to be part of the Wheelers. It's at Jessica Griff's now.
Can you spell that? The last name.
Yeah, Griffs.
Thank you.
And then I did find the piano as well. It seems to be at a antique store a couple of cities down. They said when I contacted them, they offered to sell it for the price that they bought it because they can't get rid of it.
Can't
How much
get
is
rid
that?
of it?
Yeah. I think it was. It wasn't that. Like $450.
What's the name of that antique store?
Yes. The GM gets put on the spot.
Oh.
Old things come in. Old things can be taught new tricks. Yeah, she gives you some name that I'll come up with.
Okay.
With a wooden spoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so in your records, that piano has never been back to Lander.
Yeah, it has not. The antique store is refurbish and refurnish.
I like
Refurbish.
it.
Were you able to talk to the owners of the other pieces at all?
Just that they own them. I just tracked them down for you, and
Okay.
I got lenient permission from most of them that people interested could come look at them for like history purposes.
Perfect. Elizabeth, thank you so much. If there's anything else that you remember, if you don't mind just reaching back out to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too. And as that phone call kind of ends and you hang up, y'all are all sitting there inside the green box with a coffin. And that is where we'll end this session. Until next time.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Y'all have FBI credentials. Y'all have antiques coming.
I'll make sure to have my fit by next time.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
Y'all are getting a lot of info. Y'all found the body of a dead boy.
Listen, we could have gone into this house blind or armed with all the knowledge in the world, which will do nothing as we run out of there screaming.
Will do nothing against ghosts.
It's definitely interesting to be like given all of this information as Maya, who is not like anti-ghost, but is very much like, right, but what's actually happening here? And then seeing all of this, like,
right, but lodge, but like break, but I can
Yeah.
see, but like, yeah.
I don't have the trauma that Noreen does of like making sure that this is not anything that's not explainable, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting balance, which I'm enjoying. So it's been great.
And as we continue fading out, screen fully black, we just hear the echo of Amber's like Uncle Donnie say, "Remember, knowledge will kill you."
It's true.
I don't like it. I don't like this at all.
You'll just know what's happening when you're dying.
Knowing things makes you die.
Knowing things makes me not want to go in this house at all.
I want to know everything.
I will not lie. Maya is looking at those gas canisters, being like, "Those look great. Those look so great. We'll just."
They're also empty.
It's fine. We're FBI. Fill this up. Like it's. No, we can deal with it later. Amazing, y'all. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break now. Check in with each other off camera, stretch, hydrate, all of those good things. So please take care of yourselves as well. We are gonna be back, or time check. I want to check in with everybody. We are all good for a little break and then some decompression, or is anybody calling otherwise?
I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Sounds good. Then we'll be right back in a couple minutes. So take care of yourselves. We'll decompress together and come join us with that. I don't know. We'll see what we're playing.
Come join us for fun games.
Be right back, y'all. I'm realizing now, as we're back, that as we decompress after sessions, and I still have made these overlays. Oops, I totally ruined that one. I still make these overlays progressively worse. That our game environment will be progressively equally
Hooray.
disturbed.
And it allows us to know what we're coming down from.
Yeah.
Did you all? I have to ask. Did you all? What did you notice changed this go around, if anything?
With the overlay.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Were the stones a little bit more cracked?
The background.
I have no
stones-
memory, by the way, so this is
the windows are cracked.
The windows are cracked.
worst.
The windows are cracked.
Oh, okay, the windows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so windows.
Mm-hmm.
Although, like, the stones like by our faces look cracked too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Our metal sign is slowly rusting away. getting a little less spick and spam as well. And a few
I'll be
other-
really
Gotta be
honest
honest, I
with you,
didn't
today
realize
was-
that it wasn't less. It was I thought it was always that like a little bit weathered, so that was
Yeah.
Oh, Maria, mine is way worse. I just noticed that metal thing today.
It's okay. The next one's gonna be even more obvious. But I did a lot of like little like color adjustments as well, from being like bright and happy to slowly getting a little bit like darker skies and things like that. And it's great. It's subtle.
yeah. So you say once we watch once we see all of them like back to back, then
Yeah.
you'll be able to tell the difference.
At the very end, we'll have to show off your skills and go through all of them real quick.
Okay, hang on. Something I am also noticing is
nope,
character art looks. There's. Hang on.
Oh wait.
Wait.
What's up?
Somebody
There's
finally
extra
found it.
character art. Wait, there's extra character art in there, y'all. That I'm
Don't look
nervous
too hard.
about.
Don't look too hard. Because maybe I have a special thing that happens when you break. Maybe.
Oh.
Okay, I did notice that, but it didn't register.
Amazing.
Like, because I thought it was just like, oh, maybe it's just like, like a faded, like
Yeah.
like a reflection, like a
Yeah.
duplicate.
It's
So
a
it just
reflection, but
didn't-
not a good one.
It's a reflection of
You'll see it.
Hmm.
You'll see it in its full
Hmm.
glory when you break. So
Hmm.
to incent like we needed to incentivize that.
Hmm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Let me into that house then, y'all.
All right.
Listen, we get in
Hey,
there. We'll
listen.
be broken human beings in multiple different ways.
No one is stopping Yen from going
That
in.
is true. That is
Yen
very
just
true.
wants to have a buddy system, and the rest of us are like,
Yeah.
They
nah.
want to pull us with
Listen,
them.
there will come a point where Yen will just go in because Yen is like Yen knows there's just
Maybe
wants to
Yen
go in so
will
bad.
be a homeowner soon.
yikes. Yeah, that's no money. Yen is a financially challenged grad student.
Hey guys, I know I'm going to college, but
I
I'd
got
like to
a
buy
house.
in this random city over here.
So friends, what type of Gartic phone are we playing?
I'm down for any of them. The best.
This will be my second time playing, so I don't.
I kind of want to do animation because we didn't do animation last time, but I can't remember if it was too annoying. I know it was interesting to try to make the move, and it did get some kind of like cool results.
We were pretty good at it when we played it last time. Basically, what happens with animation is people start. I don't even think you get prompts. People just start with a drawing, period, and then you'll get given their drawing
Faded in the background.
with what they drew in the background faded, and then you have to draw next,
Like the next
Like
scene
the
of the
next
animation.
frame.
And then it
Yeah,
just
and it's
it.
gonna
Frame
play it by
animation.
like bop 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 bop.
Let's try it.
Okay, let's do it. It makes some good drawings, and even if they're messed up, they're really funny. So
All right. Oh, I didn't do any custom settings. Good luck.
I'm the best stick person drawer, honestly.
Shoot, I have nothing in my brain. Chat,
Chat.
help me out. Oh, crud.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
It's okay. You're just drawing a drawing, and
Not the
this is the
kitten
easy
being
one.
There, I'm
global
done.
Like that, though.
This is actually the easiest one for you.
Where's
know
the
what to do.
bucket?
It is
Oh,
apparently
the
doesn't
bucket's
exist here.
gone.
There is no bucket. You can't bucket.
Huh. Oh, because it's supposed to be lines in this one, I think.
I can undo though. That's important.
Yes, undo is allowed.
This drawing. I am not a good drawer, and I love it. Who? I don't know what this is.
You might be able to hear my cat yowling from the other room.
Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get, and I'm so glad that Lenny, you came just in time to watch this. Cool. Yep.
I'm trying.
Keep it simple, y'all. Keep it simple.
Mine is not simple.
Oh, dang.
That's exactly what I thought too, Lenny. I had no idea.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Also, you want to click draw it as soon as possible because it does start the time immediately.
Got it.
Oh shit. Okay.
I gotta click draw it right now.
Yes.
Oh fucking shit.
Oh, and also in the top left, it shows you the colors that were used in the previous scene.
Lovely.
What? Come here. Help me draw. No, or leave. That's fine.
I can tell that I got Waffles' drawing.
I don't know whose drawing I got, but I kind of don't like you.
It's probably mine.
Okay, if that was you, do not confess. Repeat, do not. Because war has already been declared upon your person, apparently.
All right. I'm done. Actually, hold on. I'll add something random to this drawing. Let's see.
I also did not absorb what colors were used, so
On the top of the color bar on the left hand side, there's a handful of colors and then a line.
no, I see that. I guess I meant like I don't know where they were used.
Oh, I see.
It does not show me that.
I see.
So I'm just gonna have to guess.
All right, let's go.
I'm not gonna guess. I lied.
You got this.
Good. Excellent.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Corgi ?
Can't look at chat. It's cheating. Wait, what's happening here? Oh. I see.
That feeling when you can't draw straight lines.
For real?
There's a line tool.
No,
that's
Where's
cheating.
the fun in that?
it's cheating.
All right.
I want to see my windows move.
Oops.
Oh, well, if anything was gray, oops.
You're gray.
Who colored this in? I'm mad.
I'm colorful.
Well, that's the best it's gonna get colored in, I guess.
Stay inside the lines.
Sorry, I don't know how to. There you go. Time's ticking.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I do. I just hope somebody builds off of this one and knows where I went with it. Oh, jeez.
What is this?
Wait, I don't.
Okay.
The hard part is you don't have what happened before this.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, I am confusion. Okay.
Kyogre. It's probably not.
Kyogre.
Kyogre.
Pokemon.
Oh, that's probably mine.
Uh,
I'm changing these into some kind of drawings they're not supposed to be.
Excellent.
I'm making it horrifying.
Good.
Nice.
Fuck.
We got one more after
You-
this.
You know
Oh
you're
my
having
god,
fun.
no. I actually I don't know if I like this one.
Wait till the end.
Oh,
What
goodness.
the hell
Oh,
is
gosh.
Why is
this?
why is this whole picture
Okay.
colored in?
What does that say?
I hate this.
Oh, I get it.
That was mine, probably. I'm bad at handwriting, and it's a pun.
Oh my god.
Just all
Why?
quiet.
It's the coloring in that like really makes me like have to focus really hard when I'm using a mouse.
Yes.
Yeah, they're dickheads for taking away the bucket tool.
I'm changing all of these into sad drawings. Must be Delta
Good.
Green.
It must be fear on the brain.
And now I have like 2 seconds to finish the entire rest of it.
I am a good drawer. Just kidding.
I think you are.
Ah!
He's so sad.
Oh boy. All
All right, let's go.
right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah, just make sure it's the manual.
All right, manual. Choose beginning. Okay. I didn't know what to do, so I panicked.
Oh,
I never
I-
saw this creature.
never saw anything.
I never,
that was
yeah, I
like
never
this.
saw this.
So that's
What
a
the
good
heck?
sign.
Sin, what'd you do?
what has happened?
Okay.
I see.
I see
what
we
was,
never got
I see-
around to the.
I see. No, I see what was where the thought process went.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
yours
yeah.
would be added to it. I understand.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
I
and now I
understand.
see the dickhead who did the drawing,
you're
who colored it all in
see-
black.
Listen,
you're
I
muted.
had.
I didn't do that. I did not do that. I
Oh,
was like, I
Sin, we can't hear you. We can't hear
Sin,
you.
you're muted.
I need y'all to understand I have ruined everyone's drawing in this case because I thought it was a thing that was just overlaid like several projector sheets. So y'all are just gonna, so someone at some point because of me received a whole thing with this like, why is this here?
I understand.
So we
can't
turn
wait.
this into. Okay,
See-
everyone, CW spoilers for Undertale.
Yeah, right, right, right. Thank you. I was like, I hope whoever I'm throwing this to gets it.
The pupper, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Corgi.
Oh man.
Incredible.
Oh, this is
Oh,
good.
look at this monster.
me.
Okay, I also did
I
not
also
see
never
any of
received
this.
this. I don't know.
Unlucky.
Yeah, like see, you see what happened here?
I see what happened. I understand.
This is the worst because they're just like draw the thing that happened previously and then add something else. And I just thought it was just like, wait, what? It's
These
the
are
way
the
that I
best.
have.
Disappears.
It turns into a bird.
It's like, hello?
Amazing. Oh gosh. Oh great. Okay.
All right, I got this one second.
This one was real confusing
Okay.
to me.
Oh, I know why it was
I
confusing
also
to you
never
now.
got this one.
This is what I
You'll
got.
see why it's
Waffles is
you'll
right
see-
here.
You'll see why, for those of you who follow, you'll know why it's confusing in a moment.
Okay, that's what I was going for.
Okay.
I don't know where
Cool.
this bird
I-
came
it-
into like a face with like no.
Well, it started diving after the ball and left all the other birds behind.
So it's just a bird head and it's still the V.
Yeah.
I need to know what I saw because I was the last one to draw.
Hey, look, to be fair,
You know
this
what?
one's valid. This one's valid. This one makes sense.
It makes
This
sense.
one's the one that makes the most sense. It makes the
Oh,
most
wait,
sense.
actually it does.
It goes. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna download that because that one actually makes sense. Great.
Oh no.
I got this one.
Thematic.
Okay, this one. Okay, this one. I got this one first, and it was like they used blue, and I was like, I don't remember seeing.
I
any
didn't use blue. Yeah, I didn't use any
It's-
blue.
That's what it. So I was like, what?
Oh, I'm ready for this one. I'm next.
I think it's gonna
I
work.
can't wait.
Oh my god, yes.
He's in the door.
Oh god.
Oh my god! So terrifying.
But it works.
It's the house. It is Spooner Street. No. Oh my god, that works.
No.
To see this.
No.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yay.
This is bad because I feel like I'm the only person who was followed by all people who know how to play the game correctly.
No,
No,
it's gonna
okay.
be great.
It's made me laugh more for sure.
Okay, this one though, I'm ready.
This
Takes a turn.
is actually really funny. She's laughing because she knows my drawing.
Stopping what?
Shady.
Shady.
Stinky?
Shady.
Shady? Oh my God.
Oh my god, not the censor bar. I like how the cloud just moves like to the left, and then it's just like yoink.
Oh, that one makes me really happy. Oh, goodness. Excellent.
That's some good stuff.
That is really good stuff. Okay. Well, I think we were just gonna go ahead and do one tonight. Because it's late, we had a longer session, and it was worth it. So,
My face hurts.
with that, oh gosh, who do we have? I wish the stream manager for Twitch's raid shows you more people instead of having to like
Same.
do all that. But while Waffles finds us somebody to raid, let's go around and start our sign-offs for the night. And just remember, y'all, we will be back. We've been on a little bit of a holiday break with our other show, Outcast and Outclassed, now that our third show, Siren's Call, is complete and finished. But we will be back this coming Thursday, which is January 5th, if I am correct.
Not in 2 days.
No.
That's the next Thursday.
New Year. A year from now. No, I'm kidding.
A whole year
I had
from
to
now.
do the joke that everybody does. No, January 5th. So not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday, we'll be back with more Outcast and Outclassed. And now we'll be back to our regular bi-weekly schedule with this Reflections as well. But that's plenty of time to catch up. So if you haven't yet, go check out our YouTube. And please, 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 if you have not yet, I'm looking straight at the camera. I'm looking straight at you. Just go subscribe to our YouTube. We're close. Help us out, okay? It's free. It's free. And with that plea, let's go around fair. Let's starting with you. Where can we find you? And how awesome are you? And the only correct answer is, like we've established, 100% awesome.
Fair. I've been Noreen Wallace. You can follow me on socials at Fairbear. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, you'll actually be able to find me over on Sensitive Joy's channel for a game of To Serve Her Wintry Hunger, where I play basically a little spirit of hunger, and I have to win a witch's favor.
Oh, nice.
So
That
it is
sounds
me,
amazing.
Vinvox.
That's from the
Wreck-It
creator of
Raven.
10 Candles, right?
Sure. I don't know.
It is.
But it seems like a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll be playing that at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Joy's channel. It'll be me, Vinvox, Wreck-It Raven, and Glizzy Gamer.
Yes.
And story told by Joy herself. So
Amazing.
come by, say hi,
Perfect.
watch me be a little gremlin thing.
Maria.
Hello. My name is Maria. You can find me all over the internet these days at Happy Capster. I am on a bit of a streaming break right now. My last stream of the year is going to be on Friday, but you can also catch me on Thursday evening over on Only Play Wizards. We're doing a panel about The Expanse. ttrpg, just talking shop about our show that we do. It's going to be moderated by Josh Simons, and it's going to be a nice little time. So that's at, I believe, 6 p.m. Eastern time, sometime around there.
Nice.
But
And Sim. Our raid counter.
Hi. Again, your resident Sunflower person who has played Amber today, who is absolutely not reached out to by the spirit of a building on a certain Spooner Avenue whatsoever. And also is very open to requesting the talent of the new friends he has made. For example, getting them to read cards and use Major Arcana. When you don't see me here, once things get settled into the new year, you can find me here on Tuesdays. You can also find me doing random shenanigans in Hollow Knight and other games on Wednesdays around here in these Twitch streets.
Amazing. All right, y'all. That's been us. We have Waffles here, your awesome handler, and me, Syrup, the other part of Waffles Maple Syrup. We love you. We're rating Ice Cold Brew. Go share some love with Cole. See you guys.
Bye.